Hello students, I am VN Gawande from KK Polytechnic, Nasik. I am making this video on DC emitter for the subject Electronics, Measurements and Instrumentation. I am thank you to all the resources from where I used this, and the intention of this video is only for educational purpose. Now you can see on a screen 2 meters. This is a DC emitter. How to consider whether it is a DC emitter or not? Because of this segment. Under this A there is a line. So we say that this is a DC emitter. And also the second, how to recognize, because of this positive and negative sockets or the pins, and this is a 0 to 10 single range DC emitter. But now look at this. This is also a DC emitter. The word written directly as a DC ampere, and it is having many ranges. 5 ampere, 0 to 50 milliampere, 0 to 500 milliampere, and these are the 3 ranges. You can select according to your need. Now, how to convert the PMMC to measure direct current measurement? Right? For this purpose, we consider as a DC emitters. We know that current is the rate of flow of electric charge. If this electric charge flows only in one direction, then the resultant current is called direct current DC. The instrument which is used to measure the direct current called DC emitter. And remember in mind, all analog multimeters, all analog voltmeters, all analog meters are basically DC emitters, or simply emitters, current measuring instruments. They are converted into to measure AC current, AC DC voltages and resistors. Okay, for this purpose we want to convert the PMMC to these different instruments. The first one is the DC emitter. If we place a resistor in parallel with a permanent magnet moving coil, PMMC galvanometer, then the entire combination acts as a DC emitter. The parallel resistance which is used in DC emitter is also called the shunt resistance, or simply shunt. The value of this resistance should be considered small in order to measure the DC current of large value. Now look at this. This is the basic diagram of DC emitter. Okay, this is the PMMC. This is the parallel resistance or shunt resistance. Right? Current I should be measured on this meter. So the current is splitted at this node, ISH and IM, where IM is the moment current, RM is the moment resistance. IM is also called full scale deflection current, IFSD. RM is the resistance of the coil which is available in a PMMC. Now remember, the value of RSH should be very less when we want to measure current high values. We have to place this DC emitter in series with the branch of an electric circuit where the DC current is to be measured. Remember this in mind. The DC emitter is always connected in series with the branch of an electric circuit where the DC current is to be measured. The voltage across the elements which are connected in parallel is same. That means voltage across this and voltage across this are similar. Right? So, the voltage across shunt RSH and the voltage across galvanometer resistance RM is same. Since though these two elements are connected in parallel into this equation or into this circuit, it is very easy to design now. Designing means to finding out the value of RSH or the formula of this RSH. Now, mathematically, now look at how to design it, how to find out this value. Mathematically, we can write ISH RSH is equals to IM RM. That is these two voltages. Voltage at this point, voltage at this point is given by this formula. Right? And these are equal because of the parallel. And this equation is just rearranged in terms of RSH. So, IM RM divided by ISS. This is the equation number 1. Now, we want to apply the KCL equation at node 1. Previously, I have shown you the node 1, right? And from this, we can write minus I plus ISH plus IM is equals to 0, right? This is called Kirchhoff's current law equation, right? Incoming current is shown negative, outgoing shown as a positive, and at this node, the summation of all these currents are 0. That is why I written minus I plus ISH plus IM is equals to 0. And this equation is again rearranged in terms of ISH because ISH is the value we want to find out. It is unknown. So, ISH is equals to I minus IM. Both these values are known. And we want to substitute this equation in the equation number 1. Okay. Now, RSH is equals to IM RM divided by I minus IM. That is equation number 2 after substituting the value of ISH. Now, take IM as a common in the denominator term which is present in the right hand side of the equation 2. So, IM is taken common and I am writing this equation as it is. RSH IM RM divided by I in bracket I upon I minus IM minus 1. So, IM cancel. The RSH is equals to RM divided by I divided by IM minus 1. Equation number 3. This is a very important equation for finding out the value of RSH because in the example or in examination, the example or the problem may arise on this and where RM value, IM value and I values are given. We want to find out RSH or RSH is given and we want to find out I value. Okay. Now into this equation, we will define the terms where RSS is the shunt resistance, RM is the internal resistance of the galvanometer, I is the total direct current that is to be measured, IM is the full scale deflection current, ISF. So, the ratio of total direct current that is to be measured, I, and the full scale deflection current of the galvanometer, IM, is known as multiplying factor M. Sometimes this method is also used to find out the value of RSH, and for this purpose we want to define multiplying factor and just define it is the ratio of direct current and full scale deflection current. So mathematically it can be represented as M I upon Im, and we call this is equation number 4, right? And so I will put these values in terms of the equation number 3. So RSS is equals to Rm M minus 1. This is equation number 5. Now you can design the circuit or DC current meter by using equation number 5 or equation number 3. Okay, we can find the value of shunt resistance by using either equation number 2 or equation 5 based on the available data. Okay, I hope you understood this. Thank you.